Welcome to the Glitch Archives. Tonight, we delve into a digital crypt where reality fractures and the line between game and grim truth blurs. Our subject, Sad Satan, a supposed deep web game that surfaced shrouded in myth, only to descend into a chilling controversy. It began with a YouTube channel, a curator of digital dread, who claimed to have received an unsolicited link to something truly disturbing. A game whispered to have emerged from the darkest corners of the internet, promising an experience unlike any other, yet delivering a terror far more insidious than mere jump scares. The broadcast would send ripples through online communities, leaving many to question what lurked beneath the surface of the web.
The year was 2015. A YouTuber known as Obscure Horror Corner uploaded a video that quickly garnered unsettling attention. He claimed to have received an anonymous message containing a link to a mysterious file. The sender asserted this game originated from the deep web, a vast, unindexed expanse of the internet, often associated with illicit activities and hidden horrors. The allure was immediate, the promise of an authentic, untraceable digital artifact from the web's underbelly fueled public curiosity. It was presented as a unique artifact, a pure, unadulterated glimpse into the digital abyss, far removed from the curated experiences of mainstream gaming. But what exactly had he unleashed?
The game itself offered no instructions, no clear objective. Upon launch, players found themselves in a dimly lit, labyrinthine hallway. The environment was stark, a monochrome purgatory rendered in primitive graphics, yet designed to evoke profound unease. The path forward seemed endless, a repetitive corridor stretching into an oppressive void. It was a masterclass in psychological horror, relying on atmosphere and anticipation rather than overt threats. The lack of conventional gameplay elements only amplified the growing sense of dread, forcing the player to confront the unsettling quiet and the slow, deliberate crawl through a digital nightmare. What secrets did this desolate path conceal? As players navigated this desolate digital space, a distorted soundscape began to emerge. The ambient silence was punctuated by barely discernible whispers, reversed audio clips, and unsettling, high-pitched frequencies that seemed to burrow into the listener's mind. These auditory intrusions were not mere background noise. They were an integral part of the game's psychological assault, designed to disorient and unnerve. The audio design preyed on primal fears, suggesting unseen presences and forgotten horrors lurking just beyond the threshold of perception. It created an environment where every sound was a harbinger of something terrible, deepening the immersive dread. The game's sparse environment was periodically interrupted by sudden, jarring visual flashes. Disfigured faces, grotesque body parts, and unsettling historical photographs of violence would flicker across the screen for mere milliseconds, just long enough to register and disturb. These screamers weren't conventional jump scares. They were fragments of genuine horror, designed to shock and repulse. They seemed to hint at a deeper, more disturbing narrative, a tapestry of human depravity woven into the very fabric of the game. Each flash was a brutal reminder that this was more than just a game. It was an experience designed to elicit visceral terror.
As Obscure Horror Corner continued his playthrough, the YouTube community became transfixed.
The cryptic nature of Sad Satan, coupled with its purported deep web origins, fed into a thriving culture of digital urban legends. Viewers were captivated by the raw, unfiltered terror the game seemed to exude. Yet beneath the surface of this viral phenomenon, a darker, more disturbing truth began to fester. Initial explorations by eager users revealed anomalies, files that seemed out of place, not directly tied to the game's core experience. These were faint echoes of something far more sinister than digital horror, a digital footprint left behind. The initial fascination with Sad Satan quickly curdled into genuine alarm. Independent investigators, driven by both curiosity and concern, began to dissect the game's code, searching for answers beyond the visual and auditory frights. What they discovered shook the very foundation of the story. Hidden deep within the game's directory, encrypted or disguised, were files that had no place in a horror game. These were not game assets. They were fragments of unspeakable human cruelty, a disturbing collection of imagery that hinted at a far more heinous agenda than simple digital scares. The discovery would ignite a firestorm, transforming a creepypasta into a full-blown criminal investigation. The dark secret embedded within Sad Satan was unequivocally revealed. Files containing child abuse material, or CP, were discovered. This wasn't merely disturbing imagery, it was illegal content, a grave crime. The revelations sent shockwaves through the online community. What began as a morbid curiosity about a deep web game transformed into outrage and moral condemnation. Forums erupted, YouTube comment sections flooded with horror and accusations. The nature of the hidden content was so abhorrent that it stripped away any pretense of this being mere entertainment. The digital artifact had become a piece of evidence, pointing to a much larger, more disturbing reality. The question now was, who put it there?
The presence of illegal imagery within the game files immediately escalated the situation beyond online speculation. This was no longer a matter for internet sleuths. It became a potential case for law enforcement. The very act of possessing, distributing, or even hosting such material carries severe legal penalties. The discovery placed anyone who had downloaded or shared the game in a precarious position, whether they knew about the hidden content or not. The digital trail, however faint, could lead to real-world consequences. The glitched archive of a game had turned into a criminal archive, demanding a response far beyond viral videos and forum discussions. With the scandal exploding, the critical question emerged: where did these illicit files originate? Was the developer of Sad Satan directly responsible for embedding this material, making the game a deliberate vehicle for distribution? Or was it a horrifying addendum by a malicious third party, someone who had intercepted or modified the game before it reached obscure horror corner? The deep web's inherent anonymity made tracing the true source a monumental challenge. Every digital breadcrumb was fragmented, encrypted, or deliberately obscured, creating a dense fog of uncertainty around the perpetrator's identity. The search for answers began, but the labyrinth was deep. As the gravity of the situation became clear, suspicion inevitably fell upon the person who first brought Sad Satan into the public eye, obscure horror corner himself. The internet, ever hungry for culprits, began to question his role. Was he merely a curious explorer, an unwitting victim of a cruel digital prank? Or, more disturbingly, was he complicit? The accusations ranged from gross negligence for not thoroughly vetting the file to the far more sinister possibility that he had manufactured the entire saga for views and notoriety. The line between being a reporter of horror and a creator of it began to blur, putting his integrity under intense scrutiny.
The motive for faking such an elaborate and dangerous game, or at least being involved in its initial dissemination, seemed to point towards the irresistible pull of virality. In the competitive landscape of YouTube, controversial content often equals colossal views, and views translate to influence and income. The deep web narrative itself was a powerful hook, promising forbidden knowledge and genuine terror. Could the allure of becoming an internet sensation, the purveyor of the ultimate online mystery, have driven someone to cross a moral and legal line? The potential rewards for such a shocking discovery could have been immense, clouding judgment.
Obscure Horror Corner vehemently denied any knowledge of the hidden files or any involvement in their creation. He maintained his role was purely that of a presenter, a documentarian of digital oddities. However, his past content, his behavior during the Sad Satan playthroughs, and the convenient timing of the anonymous delivery were all scrutinized. Digital forensics experts and independent researchers began to analyze the metadata of the game file he shared, looking for timestamps, IP addresses, or any digital fingerprint that could confirm or refute his claims. Every action, every statement, was now re-evaluated under a harsh, skeptical light.
The difficulty in definitively attributing the creation or distribution of Sad Satan, particularly the illegal content within it, highlighted a critical challenge of the digital age. The deep web, designed for anonymity, excelled at obscuring origins. Without clear digital breadcrumbs, solid evidence, or an admission, the truth remained elusive. Was Obscure Horror Corner genuinely unaware, a pawn in a much larger, darker game orchestrated by an unseen entity? Or was the deep web narrative merely a clever smokescreen, a fabricated origin story designed to lend a horrifying authenticity to a self-made scandal? The investigation was far from over, and the shadows only deepened.
Digital forensics, while powerful, often faces formidable obstacles in cases involving the deep web. Attempts to trace the original source of Sad Satan or to definitively link Obscure Horror Corner to the embedded illegal content proved inconclusive. The file's metadata was either corrupted, intentionally scrubbed, or routed through so many anonymizing layers that a clear attribution was impossible. The very architecture of the deep web, designed through privacy, served as an impenetrable shield for those with malicious intent. Without irrefutable proof, the question of whether the YouTuber was a victim or a perpetrator remained an unsettling enigma, a shadow hanging over the entire incident. The Sad Satan incident served as a stark, chilling reminder of the deep web's dual nature. While it offers a haven for privacy, free speech, and resistance against surveillance, it also provides an ideal ecosystem for criminal activity. Here, illegal markets flourish, unspeakable content is shared, and perpetrators operate with a terrifying degree of impunity. The case highlighted how easily digital artifact can be weaponized, turning a supposed game into a Trojan horse for illegal material. It was a wake-up call to the pervasive darkness that exists just beneath the surface of the internet, shielded by layers of encryption and anonymity protocols. Before Sad Satan, many online horror stories, or creepypastas, existed largely in the realm of fiction. Tales like Slender Man or Ben Drowned captivated audiences, but were understood to be fabricated narratives. Sad Satan shattered this boundary. It began as a chilling urban legend, perfectly tailored for the creepypasta genre. Yet, The discovery of genuine, illegal content transformed it from a fictional scare into a real-world crime. This blurred the lines irrevocably, forcing communities to confront the disturbing reality that not every deep web horror story is just a story. Some are gateways to genuine human depravity disguised as entertainment. The psychological impact of Sad Satan extended far beyond mere fright. Those who encountered the game, especially those who stumbled upon the hidden, illegal content, reported deep-seated unease and trauma. It wasn't just the imagery itself, it was the betrayal of trust, the realization that what they thought was a fictional game was a vessel for real-world atrocities. The incident left many with a profound sense of distrust in online spaces, questioning the authenticity and safety of even seemingly innocuous content. The digital horror had manifested into a tangible, lingering psychological scar, a chilling reminder of the internet's capacity for darkness.
For law enforcement, the Sad Satan case highlighted the immense challenges of policing the deep web. The very tools designed to protect anonymity also shield criminals, making identification and apprehension incredibly difficult. Jurisdictional issues across international borders further complicate matters, as digital crimes often transcend physical boundaries. Without direct leads, physical evidence, or cooperation from within the deep web communities, cases like Sad Satan often remain unresolved, the perpetrators disappearing into the digital ether. This enduring anonymity continues to embolden those who exploit the web for illicit purposes.
The Sad Satan controversy also ignited a crucial ethical debate among content creators and online influencers. What responsibility do YouTubers and streamers have when presenting potentially dangerous or unverified content, especially that purportedly from the deep web? Is the pursuit of viral content worth the risk of inadvertently promoting or distributing illegal material? The incident forced a re-evaluation of content moderation, due diligence, and the moral obligations of those who shape online narratives. It underscored the need for extreme caution and critical thinking when venturing into the unpoliced territories of the internet.
Years have passed since Sad Satan first surfaced, yet its shadow persists. The game itself has largely been scrubbed from public access, its legacy tainted by the horrific discovery. But the questions it raised remain unanswered. Who created this twisted digital artifact? Were the illegal files an integral part of its original design, or a later, malicious addition? And perhaps most chillingly, did the true culprits ever face justice? Or do they continue to operate, hidden in plain sight, within the vast, unindexed corners of the internet? The case of Sad Satan serves as a grim fable, a warning echoing through the digital realm. Some horrors are not confined to the screen, but are woven into the very fabric of our connected world, waiting to glitch into reality.
The archive of Sad Satan closes, but its disturbing echoes continue to resonate. The case remains a testament to the internet's capacity for both anonymity and abomination, a chilling reminder that some digital ghosts are not mere fiction. They are real-world threats, lurking in the corrupted data streams, waiting for a vulnerable connection. The Glitch Archives will continue to delve into these unsolved digital mysteries, seeking truth in the static and shadows. If you wish to uncover more untold stories from the digital abyss, subscribe to access the archive. Stay vigilant, stay curious, and always question what lies beneath the surface.